How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile, Bestiary League, softcore. Last time we did the Ascendancy, we finished Act 5, and we were, I was saying, next time around, when I see you guys again, let's start Act 6. Well, it's been a few days since I've recorded, and as you can see, I basically went through all of Act 6. I was just playing, like 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there every now and then. And I couldn't stop myself. Before I knew it, I was at the end of the act. I was like, you know what? Since we're here already, let's do a recording. Do a little bit of the Act 6 boss. Show you how things are going. Currently, my stats are 75, 75, 54. I'm having trouble maxing out my resistances. My gear isn't all that good. I'm still using the same bow. I don't even have another whetstone. I'm kind of poor right now. Here are the rings. This one is just for resistance. This one has a lot of damage, which is pretty nice. Increased lightning damage is good too. Some damage here, 20% move speed boost, some damage on my quiver, a little bit of life. So I'm sitting at 2300 life, 75% cold resistance, 5400 evasion, and with tailwind, 7900 evasion. I got through most of the acts pretty easily. I don't think I died. At least not in this act. However, I don't think this is going to be an easy fight either. So let's get into it.
So courageous. Such a fine example of womanhood. I simply knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Or my husband. You see, His Majesty could never be satiated on his wedding day by one bride alone. Thank you, my new sister.
I never really paid attention to this transformation. It just eats her. Is that how it goes? Alright, so my problem right now is I don't have good survivability, especially against elemental attacks. So probably the plan is to just get him surrounded with a lot of little mobs and then use lightning arrow to spread the AoE, and hopefully I can shotgun him with that. Right? Like if they're all bunched up together, he's probably going to take a lot more damage with lightning arrow. And it's nice that he spawns these little shitlings, because we can use Poacher's Mark and get a lot of flash charges back. So one thing that I'm not too concerned about is, oh god, this is scary. Like I said, I'm not tanky, and I think, like, even though we have decent evasion, decent resistances, and decent life, probably even in maps, what we're going to need to focus on is having good movement speed and just dodging things manually. And you know what? Maybe that's what I've needed for a while, just, trying to get better at the game in terms of understanding, like, enemies and how they attack. So far, though, I know that I said it's going to be a hard fight, but dare I say, it has been pretty easy so far. Understandably, I am extremely over-leveled. I'm currently level 57, and this area is like, what, 50? So I've been sitting around just like grinding up areas, catching beasts mostly. That's what I've been doing. Just going around, catching all the beasts, trying out their recipes. It hasn't been extremely rewarding so far, but it has been rewarding on like on a mental level, because I feel it's been fun. So when it comes to a fun factor, capturing the beast, filling up my Pokedex or my Bestiary, that's been kind of nice. Ow, that one hurt. Okay, the zone for evasion is starting to get smaller, so I'm a little concerned. Oh, but nice. We got him. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee as a reward for myself. I was running Herald of Thunder for a very long time, but because my intelligence is so low, I can't actually run Herald of Thunder. So I'm running Herald of Ice right now as a stopgap. And I don't know, damage is damage, right? And it's possible that maybe I don't even want to run a Herald. Maybe I want to run something like Blasphemy, Arctic Armor. I'm not sure. Nothing? Okay, well, we actually completed that very easily, so pretty happy about that. Alright, let's do Act 7. So maybe we'll do a little bit of Act 7, show you the beginning of it, and then hopefully I won't rush all the way to Act 7, you know, without showing you any progress. But basically, you know, if you're a new player and you're wondering like, oh, what do I do? Because I see a lot of posts on Reddit. It's like, oh, I'm in Act 6, I'm in Act 7. I'm having trouble. Like, things are like one-shotting me or three-shotting me. Everything's killing me. I don't know what to do. And a lot of times just comes down to, it's like, oh, let's see your life. Oh, you're at 1k life? Let's see your resistance. What? You only have 40% resistance? You know, after Act 6 is probably one of those areas that's actually really hard because, you know, you just finished Katava and Katava just lowered your resistances by 15%. So, like, for the most part, your gear is not yet ready, which is what I found. Like, I got into Act 6 and my gear, it wasn't ready. So I had to do a little bit of farming. I had to do a little bit of a few bestiary recipes. I had to try and level my masters. So you gotta do all kinds of stuff to, you know, get yourself ready. So maybe I should have shown that process. But you know what? Like, since we're in Act 7, you know, our resistances or damage is still not perfect. So maybe we can show, you know, just how we're gonna try and upgrade our character in Act 7, Act 8. So maybe that's what we'll do. I think I've caught these birds now, right? Yeah. What about these bears? I caught them too. So right now I'm focusing, or for the last few levels, I was focusing on picking up life nodes. Like for the last 10 levels, it was nothing but life nodes. So now maybe I can go back and try and look at my offense. As you can see, I picked up Golem's Blood, the life nodes here. I picked up some Leech over here. I picked up the life nodes here. I picked up the life here. So really the only areas where I haven't picked up life nodes are these two over here. And probably the ones over here near the Trickster tree. I don't know if I'm going to pick that one up yet. And probably what I'm also going to do is I'm going to pick up these projectile nodes. So projectile damage is going to be pretty good, especially with projectile speed. And then probably I'm going to get Veil Pact. So now the question is, do I want to get Art of the Gladiator with life? The answer is probably yes. I probably want those nodes as well. They seem pretty efficient, but right now I'm actually working on my crit chance. So I do want to go for a form of like crit lightning arrow. Hopefully I can achieve that. I'm gonna need a lot of gear for that, but right now my crit chance is what, 11.5%. It's not great. It's not great, but I believe the Deadeye has some crit nodes. If I pick up Powerful Precision, I'm not sure yet, actually. I'm not sure, but let's just see. I feel like playing a Deadeye or a Ranger, if you don't pick up any crit, it just feels, it doesn't feel right. It feels weird. Especially with bow characters, a lot of times the only way to scale, unless if you either scale elemental damage or you scale crit, right? And I think we're gonna eventually switch to some kind of physical conversion with crit. Or really, we're just gonna try and do it for a crit build and maybe not even do physical conversion, right? But now that we have more crit, Herald of Ice is actually starting to work out better. You can actually tell, you know, every few hits, they do explode, they do freeze. And really, this is all I've been doing. Because Lightning Arrow is so good at clearing packs. I've been leveling like crazy. So, you know what? Like playing the Ranger and leveling up, getting EXP, that part is actually really good. That's a really good experience. So I've been enjoying that a lot. Okay, so we do need to go back to town to do the Whalem quest. Or to return. Or get a quest reward, I guess is what I meant to say. I do want to capture this guy. So, in terms of skills, nothing has really changed. I'm using Barrage as my single target, and I'm using Lightning Arrow as my AoE. I'm still on the fence about Barrage. I know it's a good skill. Everyone knows it's a good skill. I kind of want to make Blast Rain work. I should try it, huh? I mean, it's such a cool skill. And has elemental. It has some default elemental conversion. Does slower projectiles work with barrage? Or with blast rain? It does? Hold on. Blast rain 790 DPS. Barrage 937. It's so hard to use it when you know this one's better. You know what? Let's do Blast Rain for a while. I want to play it. It's a cool skill. And if things start looking bad, okay, we can go back to Barrage.
Keep your life to your own.
But if I can, I want to try and force... a Blast Rain archetype.
Hello. Farewell.
Alright, Whalem, where you at? Where you at, my boy? Diamond Flask is interesting. Basalt is interesting. Reduce physical damage taken. Granite. That won't do anything. Maybe it's time to get rid of my Quicksilver. I still cannot get rid of my Grand Mana Flask yet, just yet. My Mana Flask is still pretty important. But this is an old one.
Hello. Journey well.
Yina.
The spirit hunts with you.
Like, let's take a Sanctified Mana Flask.
Goodbye.
Let's buy one of those. Instant? I do not want instant. Stun recovery? No. I do not want that. I don't want that. Increase recovery. Charge recovery. Okay, that's good. Physical damage leech as mana. That's also pretty good. Okay, let's use that.
Hello. Journey well.
And then let's roll our basalt. Recharge when we take no. Remove curses and surgeons. The surgeons isn't exactly great for me. This is actually a really good Quicksilver Flask. I freaking love that Bestiary recipe, but I think it's time that we stop using
Greetings.
quick movement speed flask, even though it's still so good for progressing. I think it's time to focus on, you know, survival and all that stuff. So having 2 defensive flasks might be a good idea. Okay, right, he gave me a flask. So let's go to the crossroads. Where do I need to go? Essence of the Artist. Sin wants you to kill Malagero so you can harvest his soul. Okay. Let's do that. Right, I don't have a Quicksilver anymore, so there's no point in triggering it. The problem with the Basalt Flask is it uses up so many charges. Currently has 30 charges. It consumes 40 of 60 charges. If I can... Surgeons is not that good anymore. If I can reduce the charges on it, that would be really good. Or like charges used.
My mana is gone.
So the problem with Blast Rain, it's a little slow, isn't it? Like, there is some time before Blast Rain gets cast. But it's such a cool skill. Look at it. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand. There's no point in using Blast Rain right now. Blast Rain converts your physical damage to elemental. And a lot of our scaling does come from elemental, but at the same time, most of it comes from projectile damage. So here's a question. Is Blaster in a projectile? It is, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Because it is affected by slower projectile, like Blast Rain without slower projectile. And with slower projectile. It doesn't feel much slower. You know what? I might have to go back to Barrage. If I get a physical damage bow, where I do a lot of conversion, then Blast Rain might be on the same level. But right now, it's just, it attacks too slow. Like, if I can hold my ground and just attack, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. And it has some AoE too. I don't know, it's not a bad skill. Like, look at it. Whereas Barrage, let's give this a try. Oh. Barrage is here, lightning arrows here. I don't know, Barrage just seems a lot stronger. Alright, well, we'll stick with Barrage for now. I'm used to it, so it feels weird when I switched over to Blast Rain. I guess this is what people mean when they're like, oh, it feels bad when you use another skill because it's so much weaker and you know there's something that's better. I guess I understand the sentiment. And I understand why people are like, rebalance things, you know, like buff certain skills so it's in line with everything else, but I'm sure there are occasions where you can make Blast Rain better than Barrage, probably. I still want to use Blast Rain, but maybe while we have an elemental bow with like basically no physical damage, there really isn't much point because you're not getting much conversion. Like, really, I'm using elemental damage with attacks. It probably works a lot better if your bow is like pure physical. And probably that's what we're gonna try and aim for, like a pure physical bow, like a Lionized Glare or something, right? When we turn level 60, 65. I'm probably gonna get a Lionized Glare. Now we would lose the benefits of getting Far Shot because Deadeye automatically gives you Far Shot when you get that Ascendancy, but Never Missing is pretty good. Lionized Glare is basically 2 of our Ascendancy points. The one which gives us double accuracy, and then the other one which gives us Far Shot. Right? So it's crazy that Lionized Glare basically counts for 2 Ascendancy, like major Ascendancy nodes. But once we do get those Ascendancies, and we will, we can probably switch out Lionized for something better, like a nice rare Harbinger bow of some sort, or even Death's Opus, and that way we can get some extra arrows. That would be nice. Sanctified. I should roll another Sanctified. Actually, no, I shouldn't. Sanctified is 3 seconds, right? My current one is just an instant flask, and it probably heals more. 995. Doesn't heal more, but all right. So which? Ooh. Okay. Wait, this is the wrong area. While I'm here, I'll roll the Sanctified. It sucked. That's okay. We can just kind of run through the trials early on. Obviously, once you get to the labyrinth, you can't really do that. And a lot of times that's my problem. Like, I'm trying to run through the labyrinth traps when really you should be slowing down. Okay, so that's 2 out of 3 trials that we've completed. I did complete the one in the prison in Act 6. So for those of you who are new, in order to get the act or the first ascendancy, in Act 1 to 3, there's around 6 trials in total. 1 in Act 1, 2 in Act 2, and 3 in Act 3. And then when you get to Act 6, you need to complete 3 trials. Wait. How many trials is it? I think it's 3. Between Act 4, or Act 6, 7, and 8. So I believe that's like 1 in Act 6, 1 in Act 7, 1 in Act 8. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on it. But basically you need 3 more for the cruel ascendancy. So normal ascendancy, you need to complete your trials in Act 1 to 3. And I think 6 to 8 is for your cruel ascendancy. Hey. Alright, what's my mission? I forget. Or what's my quest? Oh, find the map. Right. So as you can see, like, lightning arrow is really good for just pack clearing. Single target, not the greatest. But that's what barrage is for, right? This is one of those, and I think a lot of builds these days have a single target skill. Because, you know, when it comes to boss fighting, the AoE or the map clearing skill, it's just not enough anymore. It's just not enough anymore. So I actually like that, you know, having to spread out your skills. It kind of makes sense. Because before, you were just like, you just needed to focus on clicking 1 button and then you win the game. Now, you gotta click 2 buttons. And I say that tongue-in-cheek, really, because, you know, before you had 1 skill on a 6-link, now you need 2 skills on a 6-link? Or how do you spread it out? Like, say you only had 1 6-link, your single target would be on a 4-link or something, right? Or you would have to switch out your gems. Like, there's more stuff that you need to do these days, I think. Oh, I keep pressing the number 3, thinking it's my Quicksilver. Take another sip of coffee. Alright. I need to find Sin in the Chamber of Sins. So then he can go and mingle with spiders, shall we say? Oh, not that. Lightning resistance. Can't do it.
Farewell.
Reduced. I used to really like this sword, actually. Like, for leveling, I thought it was a great sword. If you ever play a character that's just like, you know, like a gladiator or a dual wield or even single hand or one hand swords, I love this sword. Attack speed while ignited, increase cast speed while ignited, 25 chance to be ignited. This is a pretty cool. I bet you could build around this now, because there's a lot of items that revolve around self-ignite or, you know, self-chill, self-freeze, self-shock. There's a lot of skills like that now. So I think you could actually think about, you know, building around that item. Or a few of those items. I actually really like this league. I feel like things have changed enough. Last league and this league, because of the introduction of elder items, shaper items, and now all these new uniques, the meta has changed enough where you're like, okay, I can actually start theorycrafting some new builds, even if skills didn't get rebalanced. Like, I know some people are upset, you know, skills are still the same, the game's still the same, but there's enough shift in the game that it's not exactly the same. And based on, you know, ascendancy changes to the ascendant, I haven't been looking around, but I hope there's been a lot of newer builds that's come out. At least there should be, you know. This might still not be the best builds, you know, at the end of the day. The best skills remain the best skills just because of their mechanics. But I don't know, like I have a lot of in my mind, I'm like, there's probably so many ways to theorycraft. Alright. Let's get this ghost. I keep hovering my finger over the flash button thinking I'm about to hit the Quicksilver, but it's not there anymore. Man, my clear is so good though. I love it. Oh no, wrong way. There's silk. Unfortunately, I haven't really been able to stream. And since really when I record, I only record maybe 1 hour at a time, maybe 2. So there's not too much point in streaming, and I don't think I'll be able to stream anytime soon. You know, these days I've been recording like whenever I have like an extra hour, and I just can't find the time to do a proper full stream, and I feel bad for that, but I hope you guys are enjoying the YouTube episodes nevertheless. Okay, so you want me to run the map, right? Retrieve the venom from the... Yeah. We want to go in here. Oh, there's an abyss. Look at that. At what level do abysses spawn? I thought they only spawn in maps now. That's new. Oh, I want to capture these guys. Got him. Like, my clear is just... Against yellows, it's not the greatest. Like I said, single target, not too good. But when they're packed up, it's actually really great. At least for my level, I think. I feel very strong, I can tell you that much. Am I dead? I need to get out of there. I hate being surrounded. Alright. That was actually really cool. I missed the abysses, man. I did miss them. I don't think you get rare jewels anymore, though. 5% chance to hinder. Whatever. I don't need them right now. Okay, let's keep going. So yeah, these days, like, I've been trying to play other games as well, like Slay the Spire. They've released some like really cool stuff, and that's one game that when it first came out, I'm like, this is an amazing game. And I've been trying to play it more, but I'm like all up on the PoE hype train. And it's only been a week since the game has been released, so you know, that's to be fair. Early excitement when a new season comes out. I mean, I can't get enough of that. As always, if you guys are, you know, new to the channel, we do have a Discord where you can come and ask questions and hang out. It's not as lively as it was before, but there are still plenty of people who are, you know, ready to party up and play and whatever it is you need. If you have questions, that's probably the best place to find me. But as always, you know, I do check the YouTube comments as well. And definitely if you have some, you know, I'm not the best player, so if you have recommendations on what items I should get, which direction I should put my skills in, as always, you know, leave a comment and I will listen to it and I will read it and I'll take it into consideration. Right now though, things are looking good. I'm not too sure how it's gonna look in the later game or later when I get into maps. But so far so good. I am a little concerned my life isn't looking too great. I would like to be at like 3k or something, but there aren't that many life nodes available to me anymore. So that part is a little bit scary.
My mana is gone.
But we're gonna have to see.
That would only
If I pick up another 20% H or life, it's probably gonna take me to 3,000. And if I get more life on my gear, I'll be at 3,000. But I want to be at like 4,500 or something, right? So where am I gonna get those life nodes? There's some here. There's some. You know, I could take more leech. That's a possibility. I could get Lionized Fall and get more damage here, but where do I get life? Here's 8%. 8% plus 8%, 16, 26% plus 5, 31 plus 20, 51% after I take these. That's probably all the life nodes I'll be able to get. So I have another 51% life available to me. Within reach. Okay, you know what? That's not too bad. And there's some here too. But they're not efficient nodes. That's my problem, you know? There really aren't efficient, any like really efficient nodes anymore. I have to go pretty far to get them. Okay, so with Malagaro, I'm pretty sure I just erase him, right? I just try to out-leech him. Problem is, if I run out of flasks, that's a problem. Like, my mana flasks are running low already. Oh my goodness! Okay, let's not get hit by that again. Fool me once. Okay, Fidelitas. Ooh, that attack is really scary. I'm pretty sure I got shotgunned earlier by those lasers, those purple lasers. Nope, 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 just run. So yeah, I mean, this is basically the style you gotta play. You can't just sit there and tank his hits. You gotta move around, you gotta try and evade everything. And I'm not opposed to this style of playing. I mean, we've played a lot of leagues where we just kind of sit there and try and tank up. Unsuccessfully, mind you, which results in us just, you know, straight up dying, but... Here's an interesting gem that I've been considering for a while, Innervate. Gain Innervation on killing a shocked enemy with supported skills. Innervation grants lightning damage. Killing a shocked enemy with supported skills. So if I put it on like Lightning Arrow or something. But Lightning Arrow has better scaling skill, like gems. I can't use Innervation on it. And if I put it on Barrage, well... you know, our single target goes down. So maybe that's not the way. Okay, we killed this dude. Let's get out of here. Get the obsidian key that lets us access the den? I believe that's an area in here. In Chamber of Sins level 2.
Fare you well.
Okay, I know you have rewards for me, but my inventory's full. Nope, bunch of junk. Reward, I probably want a 4-link evasion. There is movement speed, but there's no resistance, so unfortunately I will have to sell this.
Go with courage.
I really would like for innervation to work, but I don't know how to do it. Unfortunate.
Stay true to you.
Okay, so let's go back to Chamber of Sins and find the way to Chamber of Sins level 2, I believe. Ah, here it is. So this should open up with the obsidian key. Here's a question. Is there a ascendancy trial in this area? Can't remember. There is an Act 1 or an Act 2, but it might not be here for Act 7. Man, I'm still so strong. I can easily kill these guys. This is good. Okay, there is a trial. Good thing I checked. Not having a Quicksilver for this kinda sucks. How do I get up there? What? Okay, let's be patient this time. Alright, well there's the lever. Okay. Now what? How do I get to the time cranks? Did I miss something? Ooh. Oh no, this just makes it so the blades stop. This doesn't matter, I just tank my way through it. Okay, I go this way. Oh, okay, here we go. There we go. Lever. And trial complete. I believe those are all the trials, right? Do I need to do more?
There is a fine line.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so there's 2 trials in Act 7 and 1 trial in Act 6. That's right.
Latter is fear.
And I believe that's all you need for Ascendancy trial, for Cruel. So we've completed with that. Let's get to the next area. And I would like to finish this episode ASAP. So if we find a waypoint, I would like to call it a day. Now the reason isn't that I hate this game, or that I hate you guys, or that I want to stop playing. In fact, I want to keep playing, but I can't. And it's not that I need to go somewhere either, it's because I need to take a fucking dump. Okay? Like, the butt is clenched, literally right now. And I don't know how much longer I can take this. Gaming! Gaming takes priority. Okay? And the sphincter will stay closed until we find a waypoint. It's days like these that I really wish we had that Quicksilver. Let's get the crit. Heartseeker. Oh yes, Here we go. Can I blink arrow over?
I'm not up to that just yet.
Ah! Let's go. Let's go. They don't have time for you fools. Let's go. Let's go. The den. Waypoint. Hey guys, thank you guys very much for watching. Next time around, we're gonna try and finish up the rest of Act 7. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Soon.